Trump is doing everything in his power to bait black people, and it's only getting worse because black people aren't falling for anything at all right now.
Trump went on Fox News and basically said, we shouldn't have kicked the immigrants out. The farmers ain't got nobody. The inner city people ain't gonna do it, so we need to bring them back.
Sending them back, and then they're schooling, they're learning, they're coming in legally. We have a lot of that going on. But we're taking care of our farmers. We can't let our farmers not have anybody, these people, that you can't replace them very easily. People that live in the inner city are not doing that.
Damn right the people in the inner city ain't doing that work. He basically thought he was going to deport everybody and then we was going to go back in those fields. What the hell this man was thinking? Those days is over and they ain't coming back. Now he want to think about bringing the immigrants back because farmers are struggling. You should have thought about that beforehand. You already knew these people wasn't going to survive because you took away they people to help run their shit.
Donald Trump made a statement that he might allow the migrants that are in prison to go work on farms. I mean, some of them were working on the farm as that was their choice. Not all of them. Some of them were working at Home Depot. Some of them were working in a hotel. Most of them were working, doing various jobs. Now he's saying he's going to release them to go work on the farms and let the farmer take responsibility of the migrants. They're going to call it owner responsibility. They should call it MDS, modern day slavery, because that's what that would be. And that's what it will be, a modern day slavery, point blank, period.
Check this video out.
That are very difficult to do and very complex, but it works really well. We're sending them back, and then they're schooling, they're learning, they're coming in legally. We have a lot of that going on, but we're taking care of our farmers. We can't let our farmers not have anybody, these people that you can't replace them very easily. People that live in the inner city are not doing that work. They're just not doing that work. And they've tried, we've tried, everybody tried. They don't do it. These people do it naturally. I said, what happens if they...
Once again, leave it up to the Trump administration to continuously leave dog whistles for the red media. Continues to show us time and time again what they really think about people of color, black and brown individuals, and women. What does he mean by inner city? What does he mean that these people naturally have the ability to work in fields and in the agricultural industry? Nothing new here, just same Trump administration tactics of dog whistles and symbolic racism. Once again, the Trump administration shows this time and time again. And honestly, I think it's quite intellectually insulting for them to assume that these tactics will just go over our heads.
Trump just proved it. As soon as mostly white, wealthy farmers and hotel owners had their exploitative labor practices threatened, Trump flipped like that, announcing today, Thursday, June 12th, that they will be making major changes to their immigration enforcement of farm workers and hotel and leisure workers.
Farmers are being hurt badly by, they have very good workers. They've worked for them for 20 years. They're not citizens, but they've turned out to be, great. I have an order on that pretty soon, I think. We can't do that to our farmers, and leisure too, hotels.
Cut to Stephen Miller dry heaving in the corner. How is MAGA going to react to this, y'all? It is very clear that the problem Trump created is getting out of control. And so now he's going to change course. He's attempting to make some kind of logical or economic argument about immigrant labor when he and his team have spent years making a racist argument about immigrants, telling the American people how dangerous immigrants are. And I don't know how easily you can put that racist genie back in the bottle.
Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America, said the quiet part loud, and Black Americans are not taking it easy at all. They are reacting to this particular statement that was made by Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America. So let's watch the following reactions of Black people to the statement of the president, then we'll come back here and discuss further about it. But before we watch the videos, if you haven't yet liked this video, kindly like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Let's watch the videos together.
To all the people Trump deported, y'all should be proud. Because Trump just said on Fox Live and said the quiet part out loud. Huh? To all the people Trump deported, y'all should be proud because Trump just said on Fox Live and said the quiet part out loud. Trump just said, I kicked all of them out too fast. We thought once we kicked them out, all the people in urban communities, aka black people, was going to get back in these fields. Trump, what the hell you thought this was? Selma? Hell no, we ain't doing that. Nigga, we'll sell t-shirts on our truck before we do that. I hope that wasn't part of the game plan originally. Trump said, listen, we got to get some of the people from that we kicked out the country back. We got to get them back legally. We'll give them their papers and all. We ain't got no damn farmers. You didn't think about this before you kicked them out? Huh? Listen, the last people who were doing that, their last name was Tubman and shit like that. We ain't into that no more. We got black businesses. We'll figure it out here. Okay, we'll buy a couple stamps. We ain't doing that. Listen, to all the African people, Haitian, Spanish, whoever got kicked out of the country, even people who was doing good in their country in England and British people, listen, he needs y'all back. He ain't think about it. This is your time to get your paperwork together and come back legally so that way nobody can mess with y'all for generations to come, okay? Trump said, listen, I thought about it. I kicked y'all out, but our economy wasn't ready for that. The economy said, oh, wait a minute, nigga. Oh, this ain't that type of party, okay? So now he's working on getting them back. Now, Trump did say some wild stuff about, he asked some farmers what happened if they back break. I'm not even repeating that whole joke because it's kind of crazy. But Trump, I don't think nobody proofread what he got to say. I don't think he read none of the stuff that they tell him to say. I think he just say whatever come to mind. Listen, Trump said he got to get the illegals back so they can be legal, okay? I'm just here to bring y'all the news. I'm just a messenger.
Trump is a liar. He is not just going after illegal immigrants. He is going after green card holders, asylum seekers, visa holders, people with temporary status. Not only are all of those people being affected, but legal immigrants, people who have lived in our country for decades, are also being targeted. And to make matters even worse, when immigrants are showing up to their court dates, ICE is detaining them while they're leaving the facility. We want them to follow the law, but when they follow the law, we're going to deport them? It was obviously never about deporting illegal criminals, because if it was, they wouldn't be showing up to people's workplaces, right? It was always about Trump not wanting a certain demographic in our country, and that's the bottom line.
Imagine loving Trump more than your own family. This is the case with me, and I know I'm not the only one. I have MAGA family members, people that swear that what he's doing is the right thing for the United States. Disregarding law, disregarding the Constitution, they will defend their position that Donald Trump is an effective and a great leader. They don't call me. They don't ask how I'm doing. They know where I live and they know what I'm about. And yet they don't give me a single phone call. They don't text me. And everything that they have sent to me has been through social media. I've even had to block certain family members. And these are family members who've seen me grow. These are family members that were there when I was born. These were family members who my own family took in, who accepted them as part of our family. These are the same family members that'll turn around and say that what immigration and what ICE is doing is correct. These are the same family members that love the economy and what they're doing. These are the same family members that won't even send a text message to see if I'm okay, to know about how the protests are going. Shit, even things about the LA fires and things that are happening in California. They don't call, they don't hit me up, they don't do anything except criticize me and tell me that what I'm doing is not right and it's anti-American, threatening me, making sure that I feel unwanted and unloved in their circle of friends, in their circle of family. I know I'm not the only one, so share this to someone who needs to hear that they are not alone.
Like, I know everybody's life is busy, but do you ever just like sit back and think like, wow, there's really people masked up in all army gear, just literally hiding in like Penske trucks, just trying to run and catch up as many people as they can so they can put them in a camp somewhere in Africa. That's the reality. That's what's going on right now. That's not a conspiracy. Like, hopefully I don't get in trouble for saying that, but that's what's happening. The There already is what could be defined as a concentration camp in Florida, Alligator Alcatraz, right? That is actively storing people right now in unsafe conditions and the crazy Florida weather. Democrats are giving limited access to these facilities, so we don't even really know what's going on in there. But any Democrat that got in to like an Alligator Alcatraz or any other kind of Trump era immigration facility said that the people were in there begging for mercy. And you right now can go join ICE, literally. And they'll take literally anybody, okay? They've just lessened the age limit so you can be older and still be an ICE agent, right? They'll let you mask up. They'll let you tackle immigrants to the ground. I don't know what they're paying, and you know where I think this is going? I wouldn't be surprised if the Trump administration started offering rewards for turning in immigrants. This was the style in 1930s Germany where they incentivized you for snitching on your neighbors by giving you points with the state. You know, maybe they give you a little stipend for saying, hey, the dishwasher at my job is an illegal immigrant. And you know what? Even if they were successful and just like stripping these people of their humanity even more, that's not going to change the fact that there's tens of millions of them here, okay? There are undocumented people that have been here longer than I've been alive, okay? The immigration system is politicians' fault, okay? It's not the poor people that can't afford anything's fault, okay? It's the people in power, always. If the people in power tell you that the people with no power are at fault, then you know.
I know goddamn well Trump didn't think that we finna get back in fields. So Trump gonna get him TV talking about he prematurely deported the illegals that was working in the farms. Thinking that us, and you see where it got us, huh? We the friend I like Bill for? No. Get somebody else to do it. Goddamn day. Got AC units. We already complaining before we clock in. So by the show of hands, which one of you niggas would go out there and sign up to go work out?
Now, did somebody say that our President Trump was on Fox today crying about he made a mistake sending all them immigrants away? Did he say he made a mistake deporting all them immigrants? Yeah. Did he say the farmers were going to be suffering and who was going to tend the fields out there? Did he actually think, who he thought was going to do it? The African-American people? Oh, we won't do that no more. We won't do that no more. I got people that own businesses. I got people that sell T-shirts, sell purses, sell everything. I got people that own stores. You know, we don't do that anymore. I even heard that he said what would happen to the, I think he was talking about the immigrants like working and they back, because it's back-breaking work. So he was like, what would they do if their back was broke? What would they do? They say they'd die because if their back ain't working, they ain't no good. You know, we don't do that anymore. We don't tend the fields and stuff. And I tell you something else you figured out. You figured out when you start raising the price on these vegetables and all that stuff, because we know how to, raise crops and stuff. A lot of us started growing our own vegetables. Here, one of my coworkers bought me some squash and okra the other day. You know what I'm saying? So you can't stop us. But I tell you one thing, I want to know what black person, African American person finna get out in the field and pick cotton, pick peas, pull apples and all that stuff. You damn right. You better get them immigrants back if you know what's good for you. And go ahead and give them their rights to make them legal. If I was them immigrants, I wouldn't come back to your ass, give me my legalized paperwork. Right when I get on that bus or that ship or whatever you got for them, give me my paperwork ASAP. And you need to hurry up and get them back because I'm mad anyway. We need some work done at the house. And they damn good workers. They can do some good stuff around your house and they don't charge you that much. They do a damn good job. Stuff that people like, my people, we don't do that no more. We just don't do that no more. You think them folks stand in line with Jordans on, stand in line to buy a pair of $300 shoes to put on to go work in a field? Do you really? Do you think that people go buy $3,000 purses, Louis Vuitton bags, Gucci and all that stuff to go work in the field? No, we don't do that no more. Bottom line is get them immigrants back that you deported. Make them legal, when they come back. And then get them more money for what they was doing before they left. Because you know damn well they deserve it. Because you have seen, you done effed around and found out that you done seen that your plan was going to fall to pieces. Because you thought African Americans was going to go back to what they was doing back in the day. This ain't back in the day. I don't need no 40 acres and a mule because my mama picked cotton so I didn't have to. You understand me? And I'm damn proud of it. I don't need no 40 acres and a mule because I'm set up now that I can do what I need to do and I don't have to pick cotton, peas, and all that stuff. So how dare you think that them immigrants going to go back and we was going to take their spot. That's what you thought, but it backfired in your face. Don't let them people come back over here so I can get some work done in my house. Thank you.
Trump has called for undocumented immigrants to be able to return to the United States through legal channels. The leader, who was once known for his tough border policies, has recently publicly expressed support for establishing a new mechanism that would allow some immigrants who have left the country, particularly those with no serious criminal records and who possess the professional skills needed in the United States, to apply for legal re-entry.
To their country with a pass back in legally, and we're doing things that are very difficult to do and very complex, but it works really well. We're sending them back, and then they're schooling, they're learning, they're coming in legally. We have a lot of that going on, but we're taking care of our farmers. We can't let our farmers not have anybody, these people, you can't replace them very easily. People that live in the inner city are not doing that work. They're just not doing that work. And they've tried, we've tried, everybody tried. They don't do it. These people do it naturally. I said, what happens if they get it to a farmer the other day? What happens if they get a bad back? He said, they don't get a bad back, sir, because if they get a bad back, they die. I said, that's interesting, isn't it? These are very, in many ways, they're very, very special people. Okay, go ahead.
No.
And so Latinos who voted for Trump because you have papers and you're safe and you're okay and you're good, let's not forget that the only reason that you have those papers is because at some point, someone in your bloodline came to this country illegally and got them.
Welcome back. So in this video, we took a look at Black Americans' reaction to the statement that was made by Donald Trump. He literally said the quiet part loud, that people in the inner cities are not going to the fields to work, so he needs to reconsider his decisions. So first of all, who are these people who live in the inner cities in the United States of America? This is a question that you need to answer by yourself. And when you get the answer yourself, you will now get to understand the reasons why he was implementing majority of these policies that he keeps implementing all the time round. So he was trying to orchestrate all these policies together in order to force the people who live in the inner cities to return back to the fields in order to work on the fields, because he cannot directly tell these people who live in the inner cities to go to the field and work on the field. So he had to use a lot of mechanisms around in order to force the people in the inner cities to move to the field and work on the field. But it looks like all his mechanisms that he has put in place, all those policies that he has signed into law or effect, has proved futile, and he has not been able to get the people who live in the inner cities to the fields in order for them to work. So he's reconsidering his decisions by going back to the immigrants that he deported, or even in some cases, some of them who are still in the United States but are held in the detention camps, and then bring them back to the fields for them to work on the fields. Because majority of these farmers are making a lot of losses. Talk about farmers in Texas, farmers in Nebraska, farmers in California. A lot of them are really going bankrupt because majority of their fruits, their vegetables are not being picked by these workers. Some of them who have cattle ranches and livestock and rare livestock are also having their animals not being attended to because there is no one over there in order to work on the field. Because it was this undocumented immigrants who were working on the fields over there. But since there was this mass deportation policy implemented by the president, all those people have fled to their various countries. Most of them have been rounded up and deported. Some are still in the detention camps over there. So Donald Trump is making this revelation that those in the detention camps will be released back onto the fields in order to work on the fields, because people in the inner cities are not going to the fields to work. So all this while he was expecting people in the inner cities, aka black people, to go back to the fields over there and work on the fields. This is his whole agenda of making America great again. This is the grand agenda. So all this signing of executive orders, signing of policies and all that was to bring back this thing that had hindered a lot of black people for over 400 years now. This is exactly what he had wanted to bring back, but it looks like all his plans keeps backfiring. Let me know what you also think about all these in the comment section below, and don't forget to share this video with your friends and your family on other social media platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and other social media platforms. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just click the subscribe button down here, click on the subscribe button, click also on the notification bell, and I'd like to see you again in my next video.